Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Rosa-Leigh and Friends. I'm so glad you're here. Rosa-Leigh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm really hot and sweaty. I didn't think I'd get here in time.
Well, I'm so glad you did. Have you been busy? What were you doing, running?
Oh no, JJ and we took the dog for a walk.
Oh, what a beautiful day to take the dog for a walk.
Well, it was until this gray and white cat, I don't know who it belongs to, but it ran across in front of us, and the next thing we knew, Boomer was chasing it, and so we had to chase after Boomer.
Oh dear, did you have to go very far?
Oh, we had to go halfway up Indian line, and not only that, he ran into the backyard, into somebody's fenced-in backyard. I don't know whose yard it was, but it's a white house and it has green shutters. And anyway, there's a light car in the driveway, and we chased Boomer into the yard, and guess what?
You got him.
No.
Oh dear.
No, the cat went underneath the back deck, and Boomer followed him.
Oh, so you had to crawl in and get him. Well, I'm so glad you got him.
No, we didn't.
You didn't?
No, the cat crawled in under the deck and then went out the other side and down the hill to the pond. Oh, not the pond, the river. And Boomer chased him.
Oh dear. So you had to chase him all the way down to the river.
That's right. And then the cat hopped on the rocks all the way across the river and didn't even get his feet wet, which is pretty neat because the water's really high. I didn't know cats could do that.
Oh, well, I didn't know that either, but I'm glad you finally caught Boomer.
No, we didn't.
You didn't?
No, because Boomer can swim. He's a bird hunting dog.
Oh, dear. So he swam across the river?
That's right.
Is this chase ever going to end?
Oh, yeah, it does. Because once the cat got across the river, he went and climbed up that great big apple tree.
Oh.
You know, the one by the dales that we used to pick crab apples?
Yes, I know that one.
Well, that's where the cat went.
Oh, well, good. So now you caught Boomer.
No.
No?
No. Do you know what happened?
I have no idea what happened next.
Well, the dog catcher got Boomer.
The dog catcher?
Yeah, he was standing there with a net, and next thing we know, he had Boomer in his net.
Oh, dear. So, did you get Boomer back?
Well, I told the dog catcher all about how we were chasing Boomer, and halfway through my story, he stopped me, and he said, "Okay, just take your dog."
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he had pity on me.
Well, maybe so.
But anyway, we got Boomer back.
Well, I'm so glad.
But you know what? When I got back home, the only thing I wanted was...
A rest.
No, I wanted a drink of water. I was so thirsty I thought I was going to die of thirst.
Oh, that's pretty thirsty. Well, Rosa-Leigh, I'm glad you got your drink of water.
Yes, I did, but I'm still hot.
Yes, I can imagine chasing the dog around like that.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Our verse today talks about being thirsty.
It does?
Yes.
Somebody was chasing their dog?
No, they weren't chasing their dog, but actually Jesus was sitting by a well, and this woman came with her watering pot to get water. And Jesus told her that the water in the well, if she drank that, she'd still be thirsty, but he could give her a water that would make her so she would never thirst again.
That's not possible.
Yes, it is. Because Jesus is a source of living water. And you know, this woman had a need. It wasn't really a physical thirst that she had. She had a heart need. She was longing for something to satisfy her soul. And only Jesus can do that. And so the verse we're going to learn is actually John chapter 4. And it's verse 14 and 15. Part of 14 and 15. It says, "Everyone who drinks of this water will be thirsty again."
Yeah, like the water I drink.
That's right.
I could still have another drink.
Yes. But whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again. The water that I will give him will become in him a spring of water welling up to eternal life.
Oh, that's a long verse.
It is. It is a long verse. Jesus gives us everlasting life. And that's kind of what that verse is talking about. We're going to find out more about it on Friday. But for now, we're going to sing the song.
I don't know it.
Well, I'll sing it and then you can sing it.
Okay.
All right. Everyone who drinks of this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty, never be thirsty, never be thirsty again. The water that I will give him will become in him a spring of water welling up to eternal life.
Oh, I like that song.
Okay, you try it.
Okay. Everyone who drinks of this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty, never be thirsty, never be thirsty again. The water that I will give him will become in him a spring of water welling up to eternal life.
Oh, Rosalie, I think you need to work on that one a little bit more.
You think so?
Yeah, just a bit. Anyway, Rosalie, on Friday we have a special guest. You know who our special guest is?
Oh, yes, it's Chef Chowder.
Yes, Chef Chowder's going to be here on Friday to help us as we do our story time. So what are you going to say to the boys and girls?
Bye, boys and girls, and thanks for joining us. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye, boys and girls. Keep looking up. Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to our craft time. And today in our craft time, we're going to build a well with the verse that goes with this week. Sticking out of it, John 4:15. But whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never thirst again. So the items you're going to need to build your well is a yogurt container that's been cleaned out. You don't have to take the paper off the side. And you're going to need some clay. Now I used gray, but you can use black or brown. You'll need paper and a toothpick for your sign. Some paint to paint on your rocks. And I used gray, which I made from black and white. And you're going to need some little rocks to make the shapes in your clay. And a pair of scissors and a butter knife. A glue stick, a paintbrush, and either a marker or a pen. Okay, let's get started. Okay, boys and girls, let's begin. So we're going to start our well. And to begin with, we got to take our yogurt cup. And it doesn't really matter. Mine was a different shape. It doesn't really matter. But you need to take some of these big edges off. So I just took some scissors and took some of the excess off. You need a little bit of lip for the edge of your well. But some of the pointier parts you can just cut off. There you go. Any sharp parts. There. Then you take your clay and you start flattening it out and you start molding it around, all the way around your yogurt cup. So you're going to go right down to here. You're not going to cover the bottom. So that's what you're going to do. And I'll show you on this one. I went around on the sides, and I'm just going to finish it off a bit. Some more on, just to give you an idea. So you fill in all the parts where you can't see any of the container. There you go. Now, the top part, I just took a little bit of clay and ran around the top and the edges. And then you can flatten it out a bit and make sure it covers your plastic. Shouldn't be able to see any of the yogurt cup. There. Now, once you have that done, then I took rocks to make the shape of the rocks that might have been in the wells back then. They probably used clay and rocks to build their wells. So I just took some little rocks and just pushed them into the clay so they'll make the shape, and it doesn't have to be absolutely smooth underneath because these rocks are going to make spaces there anyway. So you can put them randomly. I did 3 different rows. That's what I did. So I'll do that far just to give you an idea. So I would probably put more down here. But after that, these rocks aren't going to stay there. As the clay dries a little bit, they're going to fall out. So what I did was I took them all out, and they're leaving the shape underneath. Which is kind of cool. Kind of looks like little bubbles in your clay. And then we take the rocks away, and those little spots where all the rocks were is where I took my gray clay and I mixed a little bit of black and a little bit of white. And this one's quite dark. And then I took a paintbrush and I painted in those little spots. And you go all the way around. And when you're done and it dries, it's going to look like this. It's like rocks in your clay. And then for the top part, all I did was I took my butter knife and I made it look like bricks had been laid around the outside edge. So every few centimeters, just put in a little line to make it look like some bricks around the edge, the top edge. So there you go. And then to make the sign, I just took 2 pieces of this paper and I wrote my verse on, and as you can see, your verse is John 4:15. So I wrote John 4:15, and if you remember it is, but whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again. Will never be thirsty again. And then I took a little bit of stick glue, put it inside, and your toothpick, flattened it out, and then stuck it into the clay. And then you can use it as a pencil holder or whatever, put little treasures in it. But it's a reminder that Jesus promises to take away our thirst, so we're never thirsty again. And that's talking about our hearts. And we'll talk more about that on Friday when we have our visitor for story time. Thanks, boys and girls, and I hope you have fun. Bye.